What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and today I'm here to review Prometheus. Let me go ahead and give a quick summary of Prometheus and what I thought about it, with spoiler free, for those of you who are on the edge of going to see it. This movie, in my opinion, is two wings up, and my opinion is highly reflective on how intellectual and atmospheric it is. If you find yourself easily bored and need explosions, you will not like this film. If you find yourself looking for anything other than backstory of the previous Alien movies, you might not like this film. If you find you want to see xenomorphs, you probably won't like this film. But if you want to kind of learn a space age story that's kind of linked to the Alien series, because it kind of sets it up, you really will like this film. And that's pretty much I can give to you. I personally think this movie should be seen. It doesn't have to be seen in theaters. The theater pretty much gives it no extra effect other than the fact of the prestigious event of seeing it before it comes out on DVD. I'm actually looking forward to the DVD because I know they've cut 30 minutes of footage to make a theatrical cut that's just over 2 hours. So let me go ahead and say this. Spoilers might be coming. When I first seen the movie, it was 2 hours long. I was happy as a clam and a pig and shit. Sorry, not a clam and shit. Because when I first see Ridley Scott movies and they're in their a length more than an hour and 30 minutes, I think that the characters are going to be drawn out and well thought out. And indeed, they are. You don't get to know a lot of the characters, and there's a lot of standing characters. There are a lot of what I like to call blue shirt characters, referencing Star Trek, how the crew members that had the blue shirt on generally died. Or, or maybe it was a red shirt, I don't know. People that you normally wouldn't see on the cast would die. But you see, there's a lot of those in this movie, and you kind of lose track of who they are or what they are. They're pretty much just there for the gore appeal. These guys are gonna die. And then they had the Biggs and Wedge type characters too. But forget all that. Let's talk about the meat and potatoes of it. If you've seen the movie and you're this part of the film, you obviously want to talk about what I think about it. The engineers. This is the biggest question of the movie. Why did the engineers want to kill us? And there is a couple theories that I've had. I mean, I've had one of those very long drives home. I actually drove the old Chevrolet out there to see the movie, and I had one nice slow drive home. And the reason I did that just so I can have a nice slow drive home. All right. The very beginning of the movie, you see one of the engineers lampooned on Earth. He has a vial of some sort that breaks down his DNA to the point he falls apart, and he happens to fall into water. This could very well be the creation of human life, because their DNA matches our DNA. And where did we come from? We came from water. The water's steaming, so you only could guess that it's almost like the volcanic era, where life just appeared. The bacteria, the DNA, and all would eventually spawn all life on Earth, and we just happened to come out of that cesspool. That's one theory of the movie. If there's no other reason for that scene in the movie other than that, there has to be no other reason. The premise of the engineer himself being on Earth would have no other point. Alright, flash forward, you see him find the cave, and you see pointing where the cave things are. Or the series of stars are. And this is where it kind of gets fuzzy. I've been sitting there thinking about this for the last, hour. Two things could actually happen at this point. They could pretty much have the original engineer in the very beginning of the movie actually could be Prometheus, just like the name of the movie. And for those of you who don't know who Prometheus is, Prometheus was a titan of Greek mythology, and he took fire from the heavens and gave it to humans. It was basically humans' first taste of technology, and through that he was punished. Prometheus, at the very beginning of the movie, could be a lone ranger, almost to the point like in the movie they pretty much state that our DNA matches up. If our DNA is like our DNA, we have pretty much the same traits. We're just smaller. And if we have same traits, they have different ideologies, ideals, whatever. Old heads on the young. And they could have two different types of engineers, which we could very well see in the future movies. And he could basically be Prometheus. He could take the fire, which is his DNA life form, and pretty much populate a foreign planet. And there could be other people that doesn't like that idea. The engineers happen on LV-233, and that's why they wanted to wipe us out. But there's also another pretty much theory about it. Just like they said, when the captain talks to the girl after she comes out the thing, the captain goes, this is a weapon of mass destruction. They don't want to build a weapon of mass destruction on their hometown. So what do? They build it on another planet. Maybe humans are a weapon of mass destruction. And they pretty much foreseen us at the rate we grow and learn, and the fact that our DNA matches so equally as a threat. That's why they engineered the xenomorphs to send up to Earth to destroy them. For as much as the xenomorphs are a threat or a killing machine, they are no match for the human brain, because the human brain can overcome anything. And that's the theory there. Because look at the Alien movies, for example. All the Alien movies, they get overcome by a human. And you get enough of us together, we can pretty much defeat anything. And I think this was almost clarified in an epic battle in the film when they crashed the Prometheus into the shoehorn ship. I don't know what it's called. The space jockey ship. The engineer ship. And there's also a little side theory about it, because humans in the movie are in the same thing with David. David is a creation from the human race. And he would not exist without the human race. And the human race would not exist without the engineers. I know this is sounding really nerdy. But I really like this movie. I mean, like you said, it's got me thinking. There's probably going to be 1,000 things going through my head. This is just stuff in my head after the initial watch of it. I actually probably want to go back and see it again, because I think I missed dates and stuff like that, because I'm so intertwined with the idea. I mean, this is one of the best prequels I've seen in a while. It's by no means a masterpiece. It's probably never going to go down in film legend, but I think Ridley Scott really did a good job on this film. There were some really crappy parts to the film, like that you just don't have enough context to understand. For example, like all the paintings in different eras. So if there's paintings of different eras of these figures of planets or alignments, why would they all of a sudden want to destroy us? Is it because of the thing I said? They seen how rapidly we were progressing, and they wanted to destroy us that way? Or maybe they just wanted to test out their, weapons of mass destruction and the xenomorphs, and we were a big science project. Weaker, smaller, frailer versions of themselves to see how well they react. And what was the deal with the facehugger becoming so big out of the scientist? And why did the xenomorph morph after the fact when it went into the engineer? And where were all the xenomorphs at that came out of the engineers himself? And when the engineer's head popped, I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, this movie is a question. And there's a movie that's yet to be made that has to be the answer. And be it the Shaw takes the space jockey ship and lands it, directly into the home planet of the engineers and releases the xenomorphs onto them. That's to be seen or for said. But I don't know. There's just a lot of questions. I mean, I don't know how good of a review this is, but I really did like this movie. It also has me questioning this. The Wayland Industry knew of LV-233, And they knew that a crew of 17 pretty much died on it. And why would they send a crew like the Nostromo, which was a crew of like what, 7, to pick up where the other guys left off if they have such intricate details? Who knows? Real cool film. I suggest seeing it. But if you don't want to waste, $8, you want to get it on DVD or wait for it to come on Netflix, you could do that as well. But I suggest seeing the movie. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm out.